That's killed it.
You made the decision to play Thiago. Klopp doesn't change the system since Gmwk left. You don't want to change from the 4-3.
Boom, what's going on, people? Back again on the Jerry James show. It's been a long time. I'm with Romz, and we're here. We're back after a well-deserved break from a fan's perspective. You know what I mean? Not speaking about Liverpool, not chatting about anything to do with the current team, the current squad. It's been calm. How you feeling, Romz, man? How you doing, man?
Bro, it's just been nice of recent just to not speak out the same thing, the same problems. Like, at least we had a little win going into the international break. You know what I mean? But yeah, and it's a break we needed because a few players will come back. Hopefully, they'll make a difference. But other than that, man, I've been good. It's nice to have a break. Internationals are just, I'll be real, it's kind of a lose-lose for us. The internationals, they're poor. Liverpool have been poor, so it's like it was just a break from football in general.
Exactly. Like,
yeah,
internationals ain't always great. They're not great, so it's been good. It's been good, man. But look, we're back in it. Deserved break. Liverpool, Brighton. I'm a bit annoyed, guys. I had tickets to the game. Can't go to the game because of the train strikes. I'm a bit more frustrated. Whereas, do you know what I mean? Romz is quite neutral. I'm already frustrated at the club. But not at the club. It's not the club's fault. But it's just shit in general, isn't it? It's just shit in general. But big up everyone that's already inside. Like, guys, you're the OGs already. We've got Mohammed Khalif who's been in there from ages saying, "What's up?" Been ages. It has. It's been like 5 days, you know. It's been like 5 days. Yeah. Which is mad. But we're here. Back like we've never been. That exactly. Big up Phoenix. Phoenix is saying it feels like it's been a minute. It actually hasn't been that long. Think about it.
It actually hasn't.
5 days isn't really that long. But I hear you. We got Ilyas in the building as well saying, look, big up, saying, look, Liverpool are back. Let's go. Big up. We are back again. Let's go. We got man like Shawnee, Mr. Information. He's like my little spy. He's a spy. He's the biggest MI5 Liverpool spy. Big up, Shawnee. We got Captain Sal in the building as well. Big up, Captain Sal. Hope you're doing well. Guys, let me know. How have you guys found this international week? How you guys found it? We've obviously just spoken about it with Romz and myself. But how have you guys found it? Are you happy with the break? Did you want to maintain the form that we had with Ajax? And we're gonna get into everything. But big up, everyone. Look, we got 9 people already in the building, so big up your damn selves. Liverpool versus Brighton. First game back. It's been a while since we had the Premier League as well. It's been a while since we had a Premier League game.
Bro, what was our last Premier League game? Merseyside derby, innit?
Yeah.
Pinell. That was what, mid-September?
Yeah, it's mad. It feels like we've had a pre-season. It feels like we've just come into pre-season. It feels like the start of the new season. Hopefully it is, man. Hopefully it is. There we go, Phoenix. First question. Well, we're going to get into it. Are we confident we can start afresh and turn it around? And I think that's the best way to segue into it. Liverpool against Brighton. On paper, it doesn't sound like a too bad, or do I mean too bad of a kind of, do I mean too difficult of a game? But we know how Brighton were. We know how the season has been. Romz, are you confident we kickstart our season from now? We go on a 7, 8, 9, 10 game winning streak.
No. Straight, no. If I thought you were going to ask me, are you confident if we'll win this game? That answer would be yes, but I just feel.
Oh, but you're confident about us winning, yeah?
Yeah, but the performance won't match up with it. And normally, if you say that at the start of the season, normally it's fine. If you just get the 3 points on board, but the performance doesn't match up with it, you're all right. But big up saying on this. The reason why this isn't the case for this one is because we've not had a good performance this season, bar Ajax. Bournemouth was more an anomaly because after we were back to being poor, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
we've not had many great performances. So we need a performance with this win. So I do feel we'll get the win, Jerry. It'll be probably by a goal margin, but I think that I actually do feel we'll have more possession than that, but Brighton will have the clearer cut chances. That makes sense. Because deeper, we had a better team last year, 2-0 up, and they came back. Like they don't actually respect us. Whenever, like, I think the last 2 years they've not lost at Anfield in the last 3 years. I know one was without fans, etc. But still, they don't come to Anfield and show us respect. Like they come and play their game, and we'll touch on De Zerbi a bit later. But back to your original question, 7-8 game run. I know the bands are going to start. We've got Arsenal next weekend, City after that, Rangers, bro. Rangers in 2 games.
Hold on, 1 second, Romz.
Coming. I said we got Arsenal next week. There's a collection, man. Then it's got this year's one, got this one, got the carnival one.
Like, which one are you gonna wear? This season's one, the black one, the carnival one. Which one, Romz? Are you going to the game as well? Are you going to the game?
I wish I was going to the game, but tickets are hard to get, man. But yeah, let me start again. Rangers, you'll know Champions League, win all your home games, it puts you in good stead. I think mathematically it's 10 points to 100% go through. Yeah. But teams normally you can't, more or less you get through 9 points, but Napoli and Ajax are going to be hard. And if we can beat Rangers both these games, there's less pressure on that Napoli game at Anfield. Because remember, it's history repeating itself. Remember, we had to beat them the last game last time. And let's be honest, Salah didn't get us through. It was Alisson. That if Milik scores that goal, Jerry, we're not getting 2 goals.
It's true. Very true.
I think Rangers, both these games against Rangers are so key. And to sandwich that in with Arsenal away and City at home, who are both flying first, I think, first and second in the league. I don't think we'll go on a 6-7 game consecutive run. But remember, I wasn't that confident a couple of weeks ago. But looking after that, I think it's West Ham and Forest. And I feel like they're 2 on paper winnable games. But the game's not played on paper. But I do feel our October form, I'm not going to say pick up somewhat, but I feel like we'll get more positive results, but not immediately, but towards the back end. But I think the next 2 weeks, strap in, guys. It could get bumpy.
Yeah, like with me, I don't know. I think Brighton are a scary proposition. They're scary because our problem has been, obviously, we dominate a lot of the ball, but we get caught on the counters quite easily, and we don't convert the amount of chances that we actually make. So we're not scoring enough goals. We saw what Brighton did to United, and albeit United were terrible at the time, look what they did. United had majority of the ball playing under Ten Hag. Lose the ball in transition, and then they've got players that can go, and it is going to be scary. And with Potter going, do you think there's going to be that much of a drop off?
No, I think Brighton are so smart with this, because let's actually have a little De Zerbi set. Actually, before we go on to De Zerbi, what you just said, you hit the nail on the head, Jerry, because someone told me Brighton are a counter-attacking team. That's actually a compliment to them, because they keep the ball so well. You forget that they're good at counter-attacking, but they can actually do both. And Jerry, what's the one team we played this season that were comfortable playing both ways, sitting back carrying you and being comfortable? Napoli, and look at that result. So we're actually playing a team that have that can do it both ways. So people thinking that Brighton can't counter-attack, they can, and they can actually keep the ball. But I think this is a smart appointment from Brighton, because I'm not going to lie. When they first appointed De Zerbi, I had some friends saying he's good. But I was like, listen, Liverpool stressed me out. Let me have 2 weeks of the international break. Then I'll do my research nearer the game, right? Jerry, I know you have as well. This guy, Italian managers, they're more cultured. They have that more pragmatic approach, that the Mourinho's, the Ancelottis, they pride themselves on defending. Yeah. Bro, he's against the grain. He's the opposite. His teams, the Shakhtars, the Sassuolos, I think he managed Palermo early in his career as well. he's very attacking. He's got an attractive brand of football, and I think Sassuolo had 2 8th place finishes. He was like the kryptonite to the big boys. I know he was beating the Juves, the Inters, the AC Milans quite often. They didn't like to play them, and you could argue he had a big say in Berardi and Locatelli's development. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was his team that was a danger in Italy. So if any Liverpool fan thinks this is going to be a walk in the park, you need to do your research. But yeah, De Zerbi's I think it's smart. It's a like for like appointment, and even you've heard the same new manager bounce. I think they're going to be up for it, and the fact they're going to be up for it under a manager that has a similar style to their manager that just left. They'll cause us trouble. They will cause us trouble, and
that's what it is, because they're in a good position. It's a different kind of vibe than what you would have gotten. You know, usually when people change their managers, you don't get like people poaching managers, especially when they're doing quite well. You might get it at the end of the season. You might, at the beginning of the season. This one was a bit like, oh, all right, well, they're doing really well. They've gotten rid of their manager. They're in a position where the type of manager they get, they're not scrambling around looking for a Hodgson. You can see that this appointment was quite smart. It was quite smart when you think about it. You look at the fact that, do you know what I mean, he plays with a back three or back five. Do you know what I mean? Helps them a lot.
Sure.
You look at the fact he's played the Champions League, that helps them a lot. And on paper, if you look at his pedigree, it's actually better than Potter's. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be better than Potter. We don't know. But the pedigree of manager they've gotten is actually better. And you know he's going to be there for the next 2, 3, 4 seasons because of how well Brighton are being run. Let's run through some of the comments, man. Phil Bander saying, big up Phil Bander in the building. Hope, good to see. I haven't seen you in a while, but hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Saying,
big up, Phil.
I actually think that this break was much needed for Liverpool with most of our players back now. Yeah, that's true. We got G in the building as well. He's in the comments today, guys. Big up G's. G's still at work right now, so he's catching us as he's probably driving around, finishing his round. But big up G. Ilya saying we needed this international break. We had a lot of injuries. That's true. Honesty saying big up to you, man. Then big up Honesty. Hope you're doing well. Phoenix saying would be really disappointed if we didn't capitalize our rivals, have derbies incoming. That's very, very true. And you know, these couple points that you can pick up, these kind of bankers, it puts you in good stead because the derbies, they could always go, they can go any way. They can just go any way. So,
and you know what? Just to big up Phoenix on that comment, it's very rare 4 out of the top 6 play each other in the same weekend. Normally it's like one per week, or normally we'll have 2 teams out of the top 6 playing. Maybe that's just the only game within the top 6 that Pacific weekend. But us and Chelsea, this is a massive weekend for the both of us. But yeah, that's a big comment, Phoenix.
Yeah. Captain South saying we need to win every game. Simple as that. Phil Bander then saying scary ? What you don't think
that's regarding Brighton?
Yeah, you don't think they're scary proposition?
Bro, Phil, I'd say just do a bit of research, bro, because it's not going to be a walk in the park. I hope it is, but it won't be.
No, but we're not talking. Brighton are what outside the top 6. They're probably playing the best football.
Their football
outside the tradition. Well, no, best football. They're probably up there, like top 3. But in terms of performances, right now, outside the traditional top 6, if you want to call them that, it's one of the most tricky games you can go to. Like facts. That's facts. I don't think you can look at that.
Bro, I think they're 4 wins out of their last 5. Bro, they're flying.
That's like they're flying at the moment, man. G saying, y'all still talking about LFC. Bro, let's just rest for a while. Listen.
Bro, we can't, bro. There's a game. Content have a run, bro. But I hear you, Najee. I hear you.
Look, what me and Romz have done, we've boycotted Liverpool, innit? So we're just wearing just neutral colours. Yeah, until we pick up 3 wins and a bounce, it's neutral colours. KZ for Day saying, I genuinely don't know what to expect from Liverpool in this game. And that's what it is. And that's
what's
maybe
worrying,
where it's coming from. That's the worrying thing, isn't it? That's the worrying thing. Now, look, man. Brighton, you know, let's touch on De Zerbi. I think it's important. We might as well go into a segment with him. They've gotten rid of Potter. We're not got rid of him. Potter's moved on to past his new at Chelsea. they've brought in this manager, unknown quantity in the Premier League, but again, it's an appointment. It's not been a rash appointment. Like, they haven't gone out and got a Hodgson or got an Allardyce, as I said previously. And now we're looking at this manager that's got Champions League experience, plays the Italian way to a certain extent with his tweaks. Liverpool struggle against Italian teams. We always have done.
Yeah.
What do you expect to see from this Brighton side? Do you expect Lallana to have a big impact as the interim manager? Like, being on the bench, is he going to be his number 2, or do you think like he's back to playing? That was just
To a degree, yes, because I do feel, I know De Zerbi's the manager and it will be his thoughts and his philosophy, but I do feel Lallana will try and keep the same values and certain things they had from Potter and incorporate it with De Zerbi, and I think that in itself will become dangerous. And the reason why I think this is just going to be not even just for their game against us, for them going forward, is, have you clocked, Jerry? Normally, unless you're a top 6 side or a big club, normally when, like you said, didn't even get rid of Potter. Potter went on to a bigger club and they granted him his wish. But normally when you get rid of a manager, normally you go for someone that is, I'm not going to say the complete opposite, but maybe has a different way of playing or has a different style. But they've literally gone like for that, because you actually just alluded to something which I didn't even think of, which is scary. He still has the tactical nous that Italian managers do, but he can revert to both ways. Predominantly, he has an attacking style, but he can still do the defensive or in-game tactical stuff that will nullify the opposition. This is why I think this is actually a great appointment for them. I know, like you said, he's an unknown entity in the Premier League, but if you do your research, he's actually a very good manager, and he's got, like you said, he's got pedigree in Europe and whatnot. But I just feel Lallana will have somewhat influence. I don't think, obviously, he's number 1. He'll have the last say and whatnot. But I do feel Lallana will. But I don't think you'll see much change. Like I said, when you have a new appointment, normally you see a change within the team. And like you said, normally it's a sacking, so you'll get new manager bounce and the team will play a different way. I think you're going to see the same Brighton. I honestly don't think you're going to see a different Brighton. Maybe, I know he plays a back 3 or a 5, similarly to Potter, but I think you might see a formation change with De Zerbi, because I know Sassuolo, sometimes he even went to a 4-2-3-1, but that was only in certain games. Like, normally he does play a back 3 or a back 5, but I don't think there'll be much change in the way they approach. And this is why I think, I don't know who Brighton's director of football is or their chairman or whatnot, but I think this is a very smart move. We could be wrong, but the fact they've gone light for light, they've kept the same philosophy and they've kept the same playing style. And me and you both know playing football, right? If you have a manager that comes in, because I had a few managers sacked when I was playing on league. When you have a different style, everyone has to adapt. Where if you bring someone in that's similar, there's not much that's changed. Do you know what I mean? So the Brighton players, they probably wouldn't have liked to Allardyce or someone that's a bit more defensive or pragmatic, because they're like, oh my God, now we're actually going to have to change our game to accommodate what the manager wants. But yeah, I don't think there'll be much different. I think the players actually relish in this. Obviously, they're going to miss Potter. Like, Potter, his development in most of the plays, he was key for their careers, but you're not going to see much change. And I think the players would have done their research. People at the club would have spoke to them about the appointment before it was made. Yeah, man, I think it's very smart from Brighton. It's a smart move. Even if they do lose tomorrow, you'll still see an attractive brand of football from them.
Yeah, man, 100%, man, 100%. And it's like, when you look at Brighton as well, and look, we might as well touch on Brighton before we move on to kind of Liverpool and, you know, our players coming back and stuff. But where do you think they're going to be most threatening in this game? Where do you think they're going to, I don't know, target Liverpool? Do you feel, I don't know, they're going to, do you think in general they need to play well to have a threat? Or do you think they can have a game where they don't necessarily play really well, but they've got a goal threat in other areas?
The only reason why I'd say they'll have to play well, only because of the Ajax game. The only reason I'm saying is I feel they'll have to play well to get a result is because of the back of the Ajax game. Because regardless what you want to say about Liverpool this season, that Ajax game gave me somewhat confidence, Jerry, because the introduction of Matip, Thiago, and Jota, we looked a different team. We looked more potent. I actually, for the first time this season, when we went on the break, felt we can score here, even if we didn't score. Do you know what I mean? So I feel if Brighton had played us before that Ajax game, I don't think they would have had to necessarily play well to get a result. But I do think Kanate won't start, but just him being back, I think he'd probably be on the bench. Him just being that presence, big confident. Matip being back, Thiago. For me, we'll get into lineups and that a bit later, but for me, Jota will probably start this game, and I think he should, even for Portugal. Not that I watched any of the internationals, but I think he got a brace their last game, and apparently he was just a menace. But yeah, I feel Brighton are going to target our Achilles heel this season, which has been our right side. But I do think the introduction of Henderson again, because I do think Henderson will start. We all know Henderson's key for Trent going forward. Them two the past 3-4 years, Henderson's had a big say in Trent's performances. But I just feel they're still going to target Trent. I think teams are just thinking. Obviously, we've not had the best start of the season, but we're not. You might laugh. I know G's gonna laugh, but we're not crap. Like by our standards, we're crap, but we're not like a Leicester or a Bournemouth. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I still think teams come to us think if there's one weakness, it's the left side because Trent will bomb forward. His awareness isn't the best. I think Trossard plays left for them, doesn't he? Yeah, Trossard. And he was a menace last season.
It's Trossard, Caicedo, and who else is off that left? And
is it Pascal
Marsh? No, Marsh is he on the right?
Yeah, Sonny Marsh on the right, and I don't think he will start this game because they had a few injuries, but I think they bought a player at the start of the season, right? Called Sarmiento. You might have heard of him. He's Ecuadorian born, but he plays for like England youth levels and that. I think he's back. And then again, it's a new Potter loved him, but I just remember Potter's not there, so maybe De Zerbi might not favor him. But Solly, I rate March. A lot of people don't, but I think he's quite a good technician.
I think he's actually a very good kind of just solid on all bases, technical. You know, like he's just good at everything. Like,
and there's a reason he's been there since they've been promoted, so they like him. I know he's a fan favorite, and I think he's a good club player. But I think they're going to target our right because our left side with Thiago. Well, left side with Thiago, Diaz, and Tsimikas, they more or less they do well, but I think our Achilles heel will be the right side. I think Hendo brings some stability to that, but they're still going to target Trent, regardless, because they're going to just see the blueprint through the season so far, and that's where we've been leaking goals. And I pray Elliott don't start this game. I pray because even Hendo's cameo in the England game against Germany, I know it was only last 10 minutes, but. He looked decent. He looked somewhat decent, but I want him back in there. I want him back in there, Elliott. I do not want to see Elliott start in this game.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into that. But, all right, moving on to Liverpool, yeah. We, obviously, let's just put it bluntly. We've had a shit start to the season. It's been poor. It's been poor.
Yeah.
Everyone knows we've been getting onto everyone. The memes have come out, and I mean, you can run through some of them just to refresh everyone's memories. Do you know what I mean? This type of stuff. Do you know what I mean? We've been a laughing stock as a club, yeah, because of not because we haven't been, like I said, the worst team in the world, but when your standards are high and you drop off, the harder you fall, right? So it's been a bit. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? We've come back from it, scar tissue. Do you know what I mean? Everything's hard. How do Liverpool? Why do you say it? And ask this question: why do you think Liverpool won't put up a good performance? Because a lot of people would obviously argue, look, Liverpool, they've had the break that they needed. We've seen it in some of the comments. Matip, Konate, Thiago, Jota, they're all back now from injury. Obviously in the Premier League. They've played in the Champions League, but not the Premier League. some people would look at that and be like, look, like our team's coming back into the fold. Once these guys are back, we're going to be up and firing. Why do you think the performance is still be lacking, considering how we performed in the Ajax game as well?
Because I just feel as much as players are coming back, games are won and lost in our midfield, and I just still feel our midfields are not that. I actually feel this will be the story of our season, because I just feel our midfield's still not combative enough. I feel that we now still don't have and the legs we do have are quite incompetent in the Elliott's and Milner's whatnot. They don't. Milner knows his role, but obviously we know he doesn't have the legs to do it anymore. Elliott, and it is it's kind of on Klopp, because you're playing a guy left all pre-season, left wing, and then you put him in an 8 role and you're expecting him to know how to. Remember, we're supposed to be challenging for a title, you know what I mean? So our objectives aren't just to finish 4th and whatnot. So we can't really just chuck in a novice in Elliott and expect him to do the 8 role to the levels Hendo's been doing it the last 3-4 years. Do you know what I mean? So I just feel Brighton will outrun. I mean, they got Nwepu and Caicedo, 2 athletes, 2 combative players, and even Pascal Gross. I didn't realize he was that. His lateral movement was that good. I knew he was a technician, and I knew he scores, but he gets around quite a bit.
Yeah, he gets around. Yeah, he gets around.
I didn't know, so I just feel games are won and lost in midfield. I feel they will win in that department. The only reason why I think we'll get over the line, the introduction of Jota and Thiago does. He's able to switch play a bit quicker when he's in the midfield due to his quality. And I think Jota's going to have a really good game. He may even get a brace tomorrow. I think the introduction of him, I know people are going to sing Thiago's praises, but I just think Jota, I'm not his biggest fan, but he just needs that one chance. He honestly just needs that one chance. I think the introduction of Jota gets us over the line. But back to your original question, the reason why I don't think it will be a good performance, because I just think they're going to be first to things. They're not going to respect us. They're going to be up for it. It's kind of the story of our season. But like you said, the Ajax game of the 3 main players in Matip, Thiago and Jota being introduced, it does give me more confidence, because if them 3 hadn't come back, I might even tip Brighton to even win this game. But yeah, I do think they will perform better than us, but we'll get the result. It's the midfield that worries me. Actually, no. How am I even just saying the midfield? And Trent again as well. Trent, if he's gonna show the signs of being lethargic, and not even just lethargic, just not caring, Trent will know he has to make a run and he's jogging. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's not even just the midfield. I just feel our defense have to be banging at it. But a quick praise for Dijk. He pocketed one of the best strikers in world football. Your nation, Jerry. Heard in the international break.
Oh, but come on, Romz. No, come on.
I'm being shameless.
No. That is no. I've got to draw it up. Do you know why? Because
I'm clutching at straws.
Is shit. Do you know how bad we are? Do you know how bad the international team is?
It's true. You've got good individuals, but as an 11.
No, what good individuals?
Milik, Lewandowski, Lobotka, Zielinski, Matty Cash.
Lobotka's not Polish.
I swear he's Polish.
No, he's not. Darwin, he's not.
Oh, he's Serbian. I think he's from one scan.
Yeah.
Right, cool. Zielinski, Cash, Milik, Lewandowski. Who's that brother that used to play for West Brom and PSG? Crap. I don't have to pronounce it.
Krychowiak.
Yeah.
No, but Krychowiak's old though.
Decent. I think it is Glick. Like, he's not the greatest, but he's got experience.
No, Glick was good, but he's old
Chesney.
now. No, but Glick was good, but he's old. Do you know what it is? It's a mentality thing with this team, bro. And I'm sorry we're going off topic, but I have to address it. Everyone just gives the ball to Lev. There's no creativity from anywhere else. It's him or bust. Like, did you see the goal they scored against us?
Wait, is Piatek Polish as well?
Who?
Piatek. You know that 7-game wonder?
Piontek. Friday.
He was only good for like 7 games, though.
He just Friday as well. That's his surname. Friday. In Polish, it's Friday. Yeah, it means Friday.
Wow.
It's mad. But yeah, so look, we've got a decent couple decent names and stuff. Like technically everyone's good. Like everyone can pass the ball about that type of thing. But there's not that winning mentality. There isn't. That isn't. And I don't know what's going to. they're always just going to be trash, bro. They're always going to be trash. But yeah, I mean, look, good for him, innit? Good for him. But it's the same way people are talking about that Van Dijk pocketing. Like, great, Nunez got a goal against Canada. It's good. I'm happy he got a goal. But let's not blow it out of proportion. Let's not blow it out of proportion. Even Jota as well. I know he played well. Let's not blow it out of proportion because when we expect that version of the player, and then when tomorrow is not there, we're all gonna be pissed at ourselves.
Do you know what I couldn't stand, bro? I retweeted it, yeah. You know the Nunez thing where it was supposed to be across. I was saying, big up assets. Bro, you're on me, bro. I'm not even been last 2 weeks.
He said you're a bizzle. He said you're just getting licked up. Like, hey, here you go, man.
I said I'm some roach just getting licked up and just giving it around. Bro, I've not even been streaming at that part. Only last couple of days. Allow it, bro. But
oh my god.
What was that gonna so, you know, I've lost my train of thought. Bro, I've lost my funny Assad.
Romz on every man's channel getting passed around like a spliff. What is you know the back bit of it as well, the bit that's just burned. Man are trying to share it around, but there's nothing left. They're just burning roach.
Yeah,
man are burning up their lips. Like, yeah, let me get a couple pulls.
Yeah, bro, just the button that. But what was I saying? That has actually threw me off. What was he saying?
Anyway, you'll come back to it. When you come back to it, let us know. But
it was about international. It was about internationals or something.
No, I was saying don't blow stuff out of proportion.
Yeah. Oh, that's it. About the Nunez thing. Cool. That video is hilarious. I think you may even have it. What kills me? Forget the shot or cross, what you wanted to call it. It's about he takes man's ankle out first. Like that foul before anything happens. It's like, what are you doing? You're about to injure your teammate. But what I thought was shameless, Jerry, he had a shot from 40 yards out that got tipped over the bar. And Liverpool fans were retweeting it left, right, and centre. I'm like, what are we doing? I know G was commenting on it as well, but it's like, and Ish, but I was like, what are we doing here? Like, cool, it was a great shot, but it didn't go in. Like,
but that's what I'm saying. But this is what I'm trying to say is that, look, whether you like the brother or not, it's cool. When he does something good, praise him. So big up, you know, I'm gonna big up G.
Yeah, G's someone had a rebuttal to that. They were like,
because G went, he grilled him when he done the whole madness in training, which was trash. Let's just be honest, it's garbage. It's garbage. Yeah. Because I'm telling you now, if any one of us that's played football, if you have even played Sunday League, if you had done that in a game,
you're getting hurt.
You're getting laughed at. If you're playing any higher level than Sunday League, you're gonna get. Do you know what I mean? You're gonna get grilled. You're gonna get grilled. Like what is that? Of course. But same way, G was like, oh, look, good header. He scored his goal against Canada, good header. But let's not go too overboard. Like, look, big up Gmwk in the building. Gmwk said it. Look, personally, I think the Nunez thing's hyperbolic opinions in both directions, if I'm being honest. And that's what it is. But the problem, he is going to be a player, unfortunately, that's going to be a Marmite type of player. You either love him or you hate him. Like, he just is. On any given day, you either love him or you hate him. And the reason was very like that as well.
You know why? You're right as well. We know I need to back him fully, right? When the 85 million bid got accepted and he was on his way to sign us, I know there was a lot of research and whatnot, and there was a report that come out that at Benfica, he didn't deal with criticism well, and he shut off a lot of his accounts and that. Apparently, he done that again in the comment section on international break. So that shows me he doesn't really deal well with criticism and pressure. That's why, what was I going to say? 1975 Gmwk, big up yourself. You're actually right. It's a hyperbolic opinion in both directions because we do actually have to back him. But I think for him personally, World Cup's going to be key because Jerry, for us Liverpool fans, we need to hope he has a wicked World Cup because the confidence that will bring for the second half of the Prem season, I think it will do him a world of good. So I actually want Uruguay, and obviously they've got our legend Suarez there as well. And they got the Valverdes. I think Uruguay can have a decent competition, but we need Nunez. If Nunez can leave that competition with at least 3 goals, mate, because I think the max games you can play anyway if you get to the final is what, 8 games. Let's say 3-4 goals. If he can do that for his confidence, you're right. But you know what? Maybe the rebuttal was better against me because I didn't really get it. You're highlighting a miss, but then the rebuttal is, but everyone's so quick to highlight a minuscule thing he does in training or a game. So why can't we then big himself up if he has had a great shot that's maybe not gone in? So I do understand both sides, to be fair.
Yeah, for me, it's one of those ones. Look, in regards to him, I like everything about the profile of player. I just do in it. Like, I like the fact that he's tall. I like the fact that he's fast. I like the fact that, like, when he's done well and his touch has been good and stuff, he looks good. Like, you can see it. His movement's superb. We saw it in the Fulham game. He made 2 runs identical to each other and scored one, and the other one was offside or whatever. You could see this guy knows what he's doing. My problem is, though, and this is my problem. And bear in mind, guys, everyone knows I was on the Nunez train. I dragged Romz and G and everyone onto it. Now they're trying to drag me off it. It's one of those ones where it's, you know, when he's at finishing and he's missing the ball and that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Those are the stuff that annoys me. Not like the ball coming over from 50 yards and he's having to touch it down and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Or the ball
it's just the basics.
Or, you know, like when the ball's getting zipped into him and he might take a heavy touch. Like Mane's done that. There's been players that have done that. But in the positions he's getting in, I think he should have had I think he should have scored or even looked like, you know what? He's hit it. Like, you know, when Diaz shoots, there's conviction in it. With Nunez's shots, there hasn't been that conviction. But when there has, you can see raw. Like, you know, that volley when the ball came over, Everton. When you saw that volley, you're like, yeah, this, you can see.
That was at Torres versus Blackburn-esque, you know what I mean?
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. When I see that type of thing, it's like, cool.
But and you know what, Jerry? The thing is, right, what we actually have to cut some slack for Nunez as well. He's not had that run of games. This is why I always say to football fans, appearances, and you can't, when you're doing player comparisons and stuff, appearances can kind of just be an illusion because you have to look at minutes played. Because if you look at Darwin's minutes played, he's hardly played for us this season. And he hasn't had a run of games where he's starting to build that momentum. And I do, because Jerry, as much as you said I was off, remember, I wasn't on the train or off the train. I was kind of one leg on the train.
Yeah, you're waiting. You basically, you rushed for the train, you got on and you realized, oh, the train hasn't departed yet. But it said 4 o'clock, but you're there and you just rushed on, but it's still not departed. And you're like, hold on, am I getting on the right train?
The right train, exactly.
And you're looking around and you're like this, and you're just,
Because I've backed him, even after his performances, or maybe Rival fans getting onto him. Jerry, I'm still saying he will do well for us and score. I don't think he's an amazing player, but I think eventually, when we get some rhythm and momentum, he will do well. I don't necessarily rate him as a player, but he will do well for us.
But the thing is, we're saying player, but what do we mean by player? Because like Lallana for me is someone that I'd say, like, and I know I'm like, he's an amazing player, right? But Haaland for me isn't an amazing player. Like, you know, like all round, I don't look at him and be like, yeah. I still go to player watching. He's an amazing striker, but he's not like a Messi. Do you get it? Where Messi's just an amazing player. Like everything
I know what you're trying to say. You won't see Haaland dribble through 3 man and caress it.
Yeah, caress it, or like dink it, or like Letizia. Yeah. Do you get it? Like Letizia for me is a great player, but for me it's like it's just that. And do you know what it is? Big up Andiko in the building as well. We're going to run through some of these comments before we head on to the next topic. But Andiko saying, look, 176 minutes played. People analysing Nunez and saying he's finished. Honestly, footy these days. Look, I agree. The problem is, and the problem was always going to be this, he can't be the potential most expensive signing in Liverpool's history and not have that pressure on him. He's going to have that pressure on him because of where we want to go as a club. If we were, put it this way, if we were battling for 4th, like, do you know what I mean? And like that pressure wouldn't be as apparent. Like, it wouldn't be as apparent. But the problem is that obviously we're competing with a City. But not only that, we've just come off the season where we were almost on a quad. So we're trying to go and win every single game. Like, you've got to score every single game. You lose 2 games in this league, and the league's basically done. That's the way it's worked out. So when Liverpool have done that, and you've seen, and he's missed a couple of these chances, that criticism is going to come to you. And I think Liverpool have, obviously, they've made a gamble. They've made a gamble because they've looked around. There's no real other strikers. They've tried to go in a different direction and bought someone that they hope potentially can get to that Haaland level where he's just so clinical and so just unplayable at times. But we've taken a gamble in a season where it wasn't a gambling season. because we had just, do you know what I mean? We just finished second. This is the season to go and win. And I think that's the problem. And obviously writing him off is no, but it's one of those ones where you'll see football fans are fickle. If he comes through it and he gets better, people are going to be loving him again. Like, that's just how it is. Like, if he scores, no one says anything. Do you know what I mean? That and that's the type of player he is. He's not a player that when you look at it, like Thiago might not get a goal and get an assist, but he's just a good player. So when you're looking at him, it's like, oh, he looks really, really good, right? Elliot's really similar. You look at Elliot's another player that he looks all pretty on the ball, but he doesn't really do anything from an attacking perspective like, in terms of output. Of course.
You killed me. You were like, people like him because he does.
No, but it's true. I need to get a picture. But when you do this and you hop switch as you're playing,
it's the left-footed players, man.
Yeah, no, but it's all of them. It's all those flary players. They all try to do it, innit? It's just, but that's what I'm saying. I think that's what I'm saying. Look, and Dicko here saying, look, every signing is a gamble. Robbie, Genie, Alisson, Alisson.
I wouldn't say Genie was.
But think about it. Alisson was a gamble because Alisson, we needed to keep it anyway. Right? Robbo was at 7 mil, 12 mil. What was it? Something like that.
Yeah.
Right, Romz? Yeah.
I think,
and then Genie.
It may even been less than that. I think Robbo was at 8 or something. It was even less.
That's my point. And then you go look at like, for example, Genie. The Genie one was like, we're in a different position, and that's what I'm trying to say, Antico, is that look, you got Van Dijk. Van Dijk, you could say that was a gamble. But because of where we were and we spent the money, it was a gamble. We knew we were getting a player at that age, and we knew we were going to take. We wanted him to be the main centre back. We didn't know he'd be this good, but we wanted him to be the main centre back. When you're at the top, those gambles that you take are more crucial because we only want to finish first. Second is now it's not the same. Whereas when you're challenging for top 4, if you finish 4th, 3rd, or 2nd, it's all top 4. It's all top 4. Like, there's a wider range. I mean,
when the expectation is lower, it's less of a. But in my opinion, none of them were gambles. Regardless of where we were trying to get an objective, they weren't gambles at all. Because, like you said, Robbo we got on the cheap. So if he was to potentially flop, we didn't pay that much for him. Genie was Premier League proof. For me, the reason why Genie wasn't a gamble because I can't remember the exact fee for him, Jerry. Wasn't it 16 or 17 mil? I know it wasn't too much.
It was like 20 mil, basically. Like 20
mil,
basically. Yeah.
Premier League proven, 11 league goals for Newcastle, which aren't a small team, let's be honest. For me, Genie was never a gamble. And who did he say? Alisson. Alisson had a great campaign for Roma. Cool, we put 5 past him because I know some fans clutch it. Because I remember when we signed Alisson, a lot of fans weren't for it. The only time they jumped on board is when they heard Chelsea were in for him. So that, he must be a good keeper. Because that's the only reason why Chelsea ended up getting Kepa in it because they couldn't get Alisson. But I know some fans didn't want Alisson because like I said, some fans are just fickle. They'll just look at things in isolation. We put 5 past him that one game. He's a bad keeper.
But do you know what it was? But do you know what it is with Nunez? The problem you've got is that it's not like, and you're talking about these players were gambles. They weren't gambles because it's not like we were going and we lost a player. It's not like we lost the equivalent of a Mane in midfield and replaced him with a Genie. That was we didn't know what we was going to do well. Essentially, what we've done in our forward line is we've replaced Mane with either Nunez or Diaz, however else you want to look at it. And that is a gamble because he's going to be our number one, our main guy. Do you know what I mean? When you got Salah and we were replacing Salah with who played on the wing them times? Origi sometimes.
Yeah, it was
Origi sometimes. Or when we got Mane, who
sometimes Coutinho was even out.
Lallana was playing out wide. When we had all those situations, it was obviously we were in a situation where when you got a Mane, it's not a gamble because that gap isn't as big. But when you lose someone as influential as Mane was for that period of time, that is now a gamble because you're trying to maintain the level. You're not trying to get to a level. Do you get it?
Exactly.
Nunez is a player that's trying to get to a level, and I think that's people's issues. But look, for me, give him to the end of the season. Give him to the end of the season. But there we go. Hold on.
It's between me and you. Because while you were sitting around, waiting, doing niche, I was out making moves.
Where you been?
No, I just finished work.
I've
Literally,
been about waiting here. Me and Romz have been making moves, making content, and G's late. What's going on, G, man? How you doing?
No, I'm good, man.
Big up, G,
By the way, apologies for anyone. We didn't do our last order, so I'm not going to say which company I work for, but you're not going to get your delivery today. How's everyone doing? What are you lot saying, though? You lot right?
You are the worst, man.
What you telling me, man? You good? You guys good? Romz, good?
We're all good, man. We're all good.
Man. I'm great.
Big up. Guys, there's 30 of us in the chat. Please smash the likes. Listen, I'm so rusty. I haven't even gone and spoken about subscribing, liking, and commenting at all. I just expected you guys to do the damn business. And I'm just going about to check and see if you guys done the damn business. You get it? But please, as I'm checking, please like, please subscribe, and please share. Share it with your mum, your auntie. If the Liverpool supporters are like, look, we've got 15 likes. Look, big up everyone. We've got 15 likes, but can we get to 30 likes? I think that's more than possible. So please do that. Big up everyone that's tuning in. Yeah, there we go. Jeez, money Afi met.
Yeah, listen, we've got Christmas coming up, B. I ain't got no time to be worrying about Liverpool. Forget that. We need to be getting that money, man. We need to get that money.
There we go. All right. We spoke about him. I want to talk about, you know what, let's start the back, because Van Dijk. What are you expecting from Van Dijk now that we've had an international break? There's been a breakaway from Liverpool, but he still had to play. So unlike some players, he hasn't had the chance to kind of just sit back, relax, a la a Henderson, a la a Thiago, where they can reboot and recharge themselves. Van Dijk just had to play through this kind of form he's been in. Do you think he's going to be back to his best on to tomorrow, OG?
Yeah, but maybe. I think it's weird, isn't it? Because with Liverpool, we're better when we're in like some type of rhythm. You've seen it before. When we're in rhythm and then we go for a break, we don't come back that strong. If I'm being honest, we seem to come out just out of sync a little bit.
Gee, it's funny you said that, because I read a stat. Normally, our first game after international breaks is more not losses and wins; it's more draws that we don't really hit off. But yeah, just to add to that.
No, and that's literally it. Like I just think that it's a weird game because we're in not so great form, so there's no real bounce to kind of come back in. The only thing we've had is the break. Brighton are in decent form this season, been playing fantastically well, but they lost the manager. So now you're kind of like, oh, okay, do they have that manager bounce? Maybe. But at the same time, they've lost the manager. And I think, Jerry, I was listening before, and you mentioned, or Romz mentioned it about the manager and the playing style and stuff like that. If this manager is exactly the same, I don't really know. I haven't really read into him too much. So you guys tell me. But if he plays more or less the same, then things just continue at Brighton. They don't really change. And if it continues, then Liverpool will probably not win this game, because I can't see how we would win this game, if I'm being honest. I just don't really see it. People mention like Thiago, and I know the title says Matip and Thiago, but I don't really feel. I feel like against a good footballing team, we will struggle. I feel like we struggle against good footballing teams who know how to play a bit, kind of thing. Yeah, we know how to score goals, and they will be a little bit open, but they're away, so they're not going to be as open as we think. And we saw last season, I think Romz said it, we were in good form last season, but somehow we drew 2-2 after going 2-0 up. So if that was in a good season, I dread to think what happens in a bad season like this season. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting game, man.
Yeah. All right, moving on to midfield before obviously we move on to starting 11s and stuff. Elliot, Romz, you spoke about saying, obviously, look, you want Henderson playing in. Henderson's just come off, obviously an injury layoff, but then got selected for England and played about what?
That in itself just confused me.
And played about 5 minutes. Me personally, I would have liked him potentially to go and, get some minutes under his belt, to not come into this game cold, because he hasn't played like any football really. But at the same time, like everyone said, Elliot's been our best midfielder this season, regardless for always kind of just his kind of lack of defensive capabilities at the moment, and the fact that on the transition he's not really great. Like, although he comes back, he doesn't really stop a lot of kind of counters and stuff. Can you see a world where just Elliot gets dropped after being our best midfielder?
The thing is, no, and apparently I think did he go for the under-21s? I think he played well for the.
No, he did. He went. Yeah.
thing is, no, but like you said, I know he's been our best, and even saying that, he's been our, bro, a 19, 20-year-old should not be our best midfielder, bro. But anyway, moving on from that, he has been our best midfielder, and you have to give him somewhat credit. But same time, and you two have been telling me Fabinho's been poor, whatnot. Him and Fabinho are incompetent when it comes to the transition. And I just feel Henderson is more responsible in that area. And I feel like that's a big area to why we've been leaking goals, losing games. So that's why I would chuck Hendo right back in. But to answer your question, Elliott's not getting dropped. But when Caicedo and Mwepu are bombing past him, you know what I mean? I think Henderson can deal with that better than Elliott, because obviously he has more responsibility. He's a bit more disciplined. But again, this is why I don't, like I was alluding to earlier, Jerry, this is why I don't really put the blame on Elliott. It's more on Klopp. You're playing a man left wing all pre-season, then chucking him into the 8 role in a season we're supposed to be like you said, back to the objectives. We're not top 4. We're trying to we're going for a title. You can't expect to have that pressure on him in the middle. But then you'll get the counter argument. Look at other men that are his age are doing that. So it's, you know what? It's a catch-22. There's a lot of pros and cons. But for me, Hendo has to come back in. But to answer your question, Jay, Elliott's not going to get dropped. I think it'll be Fabinho, Thiago, Elliott tomorrow.
With me, my problem is I want to drop Fabinho.
I actually hear it. You know, I was backing him, but I hear it.
And the reason and
put Hendo in
that's
the 6.
why I think and put Hendo in the 6 because like he's been like certain man are calling him an Uber driver. Like it's that real. It's that real. Calling him boss man.
Bro, I just want to apologize again.
Doesn't even get Fabinho anymore. Just gets boss man.
To you two and Assad, yeah, because I was bare saying it's the man around him. You don't like Romz. He is just in bad form. Accept it. You two are telling me. Assad was telling me every damn stream. I was like, no, man, it's the man around him. But he has been. What done it for me last year was when Kudus.
What Faradona when he done the left foot to right foot pass.
See, I even forgot about
around him, then turned back and done it to him again, but with the other foot. And you're just running like. It was
bro,
like
he's actually got his own club. It's at the Spinneroni club. Eze's an inductee, Carabadona's an inductee, Kudus is an inductee. I think even Ericsson did. Ericsson's not even agile like that.
Yeah, Ericsson done it as well.
Too many man have spun him, man. And he's not even pulling man down. Like he's just being nice. Like, yeah, you know what? He's just going run past me. It's crazy.
I feel like he needs a break because we haven't got. And I don't want to look. I'm not going to get into it. I just want to make a point and then move on. But we went in for a DM and ended up with a striker, but didn't get the DM. And now the DM's tired. Well, that's what man was trying to tell me. Or he's declining it. It's either one. Anyway, that's. But G, do you see what I mean? Like,
no, but you got to realize
we speak for an hour. And as soon as I start to understand stuff, I'm getting frustrated.
Bro,
we're so backwards.
The thing is, yeah. This even having Henderson, like I don't want Henderson to play at all. To be honest, like we need to change the whole system completely. We need to play a system that doesn't require Henderson in the squad, because the only reason why Henderson is there is for Trent's benefit. Trent isn't playing well at the moment. The only way we can get him playing well is we have to change the system, because this system currently it's not working for Trent, and Trent is literally our main creator of the team. So even if we have Henderson back, he might do well tomorrow. He probably would. He could even get man of the match tomorrow. That won't make really much difference, because in a game against a good team, you're just going to be shit again, or you're just going to be tired again, or you might get injured again. We need to get a system now that doesn't actually rely on Henderson being in the team so that Trent can thrive. Trent needs to either learn how to defend properly, or Klopp needs to start thinking, I need to play a system that doesn't require Trent to go the other way, because he's not good going the other way. He's shown it enough times. He's just not good going the other way. He's okay. He's not shit. He's just okay, but he's not good enough in this kind of team. So we need something else. I saw someone in the comments mention Van Dijk played in a back 3. Why don't we play a back 3 for Liverpool? You know what I mean? That's just me spitting ideas. Like that's just an idea. But this 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, none of that works. None of it works. Someone mentioned we played good against Ajax. Bro, that was so jammy against Ajax. If Ajax had a good enough striker, we would have lost that game easily. Or, bare minimum. Bare minimum.
Can I just stop it? I hear you, but cool. Would you admit we weren't the best, but we were better than we have been?
100%, 100%, 100%. I definitely agree with that. That we were better against.
I hear you because of how poor we've been. That's why it looked somewhat better because you're right.
Exactly.
I hear it.
It's not like I would have. You know what? It was so crazy. If we had gone out there and even if we had beaten Ajax the 2-1 like we did, but the performance was like top notch, I would have been like, all right, we can see something. At least like something is just clicking in different ways. Maybe it was just a lack of scoring or whatever the case may be, but it was the same things over and over again. What won us the game? Just individual quality. That's all that really was. It was nothing really to do with the system, the style, or nothing. It was just individual quality. We've got better players than Ajax. Come on now, man. We've got look at our team in comparison to them, but they've got a better team and they had more fluidity than we did. You saw it. You saw the way that they were passing at the back, like they were so comfortable at Anfield. It was embarrassing. I was starting to wonder who's the home team, who's the away team.
It was 15 passes before their goal.
Come on, man! Like this is against Ajax, and again, no disrespect to Ajax because Ajax are a decent team, but Ajax, Liverpool, like if we had to pick between the two, you're picking Liverpool every time. But they were comfortable. They came to our yard and was just comfy, sitting down and making their own cup of tea. And so it was just a bit like if we see something better this weekend, then great stuff. But I genuinely believe we're just going to see the same thing. And if we do win, it's just going to be through individual quality. It's not going to be through style of play or nothing like that.
Yeah, the things I've just got Echo G saying, that's my... You know what? Sometimes I sit there and I look up, at my ceiling. Sometimes I sit there and I think, why are things happening to me, right? So not being able to go to the Liverpool game, I'm like, why is this happening to me? Why? Like I've been planning it for so long. Why did this happen to me? I can't go to the game.
I know what you're gonna say.
And then I sit back and think about it and I'm like, hold on. Will I be more frustrated if I trek those 500 miles to Liverpool to draw or lose to Brighton and not see a performance?
Right. Ain't no one trekking from London.
More annoyed, and sometimes it's like you have to be safe from yourself, and I feel like that's what's happening because I get frustrated because we've been lied to. Unless this break is going to teach us something different, but I can't see it because these players, our main players, have all been away on international duty. Where's the reinvention? Melo, is he the reinvention? Is he the key to unlock everything? He's been training hard. I've heard glowing reports, cutting this early, staying back after training. Looks like he's got the right mentality. And me and G know, right, one of the key characteristics any player's got to have is his character and mentality, isn't it? Over everything. So
let's wait and see, man.
Listen, big up Monts on this because it's that. Would you rather a player that works hard and he's got the right mentality, or would you rather a player that maybe doesn't work as hard but has quality to actually make us a better team? And I know I would prefer because even Napoli, his little cameo, he didn't look. He was coming into a losing situation, but he didn't look the best. And it's like, and hear this, forget if he's even working hard because it's nice to hear. That all sounds cute. Yeah, he's working hard. He's trying to get up to scratch. But us three know our manager. He can be doing all of that. Is he going to even see minutes? He could be doing all that. That, bro, that's like, I'm trying to make an analogy here. I'm going to try and do a Jerry analogy. That's like, lovely. I got a Jerry one. That's like, you're going to a Mayfair club, maybe a Livs or a Tate, or I don't know, a toy room. You've gone selfishly. You've bought 2 bags on the Louis jacket, the Amiri jeans, the Louis Vuitton. You spent bread to impress the nicest girl in there. You go in there, no one wants you, bro. That's basically what's going to happen with Arthur. He's training hard. I'm hearing he even it wasn't a club decision to play him in these 21s. He apparently went to the coaches and said, play me in these games, and he's doing extracurricular stuff. But it's like, I feel he's going to do all this for Klopp, not even to... I think Klopp will give him a Origi minutes, maybe last 5-10 minutes of the game. And it's like, I feel sorry for him now because it's like, bro, you've done all of this for Klopp to not even trust you and play you. So it's like, when I heard that, it sounds all cute, but do you know what I mean? It might just, you might have done all of that for nothing, honestly.
And that's what I said. I feel sorry. That's what I said. I feel kind of sorry for him. Like, not even we ain't even seen the guy really play. Like, and hopefully now teams coming back and etc. But is he in our best midfield? I don't know. Do you get what I mean? So, and Klopp doesn't seem to know what he's doing as it is. So I don't know if Klopp will put him in like that to kind of give him that time. Like Nunez,
I think he gets 20 minutes.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah, potentially.
Because of the graft he's done, like we've seen even Minamino get 20 minutes. Because he's been at Liverpool the whole time. And the fact he's played all those under 21 games, for me, it suggests that they're trying to get him up to speed as quick as possible to, even if it's just coming off the bench and just passing the ball about for the last 20. So, because I really want to see how he is in the Prem. I really want to see.
Yeah, same.
Because let's have it right, you man. Like, you can say what you want to say about Thiago. Arthur panicked by, like, we got him last minute, whatnot. But he's not a dead. You're not at Barca and Juve for no reason. Whether it went well there's a lot of factors. He's not a dead player. So word to you, Jay, I hope he sees 20 minutes because it has to be of merit. And to be fair, this is where I'll give Klopp some credit. More or less, he's a man of principles. If he's seen you've been working hard or whatnot, we've seen it in the past. He will give you minutes and whatnot on merit. Well, then again, for certain players, not all players, but I think in this instance, as I'm saying, I'm having to think. But I agree with you, Jerry. I think he does get minutes. Klopp will respect what he's done, hopefully anyway. Because if he sees less than 10, it's a violation. That's the word. It's actually a violation.
Yeah, it is, man. Cool. Let's just, before we get into obviously our starting 11s, let me just run through some of these comments that I've got started. Big up everyone. Guys, we've got 34 people in the chat as well. Please, please, please smash the like, subscribe. We're going to getting back into it. Last couple of streams, I told you guys, I was like, look, don't worry about it. I'm not pressing people to like. I was like, it's just a bit of fun. Now the season's up and running. We need you up and running as well. And we've got 22 at the moment. So please, 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 up it up to that 30. Much, much appreciated. Let's get into Philip Bidwell. What's up, Philip Bidwell? Hope you're doing well. Saying Brighton have been playing well, but can they keep it up under their new manager? But it could be the right time to get a good win for us by 2-0. Potentially, we have to wait and see. Trudon, I mean, it's actually good. We should have got Trudon on the show, to be fair, to give a Seagull perspective, but he's saying Elliot is just a spicy Jason McAteer.
That's mad. That is mad. If that's the case, sell the Donny now, man. If that is the case,
just to add to that, big up, because Trudon said that yesterday in Sate stream as well. You know what kills me? Did you not watch the pre-season game against United? And in Thailand, he did a tour around the city, and he had a mural on the wall. And he was so gassed. He was like, "Oh, can I take a picture of that?" Because he knows he will never get that in L4. He will never get that in the postcode near Anfield because you're not that guy. Like, have you seen that meme? You're not that guy, pal.
You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy.
Bro,
you're not that guy.
He's only getting that in Thailand. He was so gassed. It just goes to show how mid he was at. The minute he saw that, I need to get the clip. His eyes lit up. He was like, I need to take a picture of that. It was a little moral of him, but that's a diss. But I kind of hear it.
It's true. Big up Sui Jr. in the building. Sui saying, yeah, if it's a 4-3-3, I agree. No pure 9 fits our system. Yeah, right now it doesn't.
Would you man have a Havertz? He wants out of Chelsea.
I would have him, but is he going to score goals?
Just to do the Firmino role. We will probably have to supply it to Salah and Diaz.
Whoa, on a free? If someone just gave him to me, or
no. Especially because it's Chelsea, because he wants out. We'll probably have to rise 50, 60.
50, 60, nah, man.
And then when you're speaking them figures, it's not worth.
You sign a player like that if you're signing him alongside other players, like if he's complementing other players that you're buying to help out the team.
Yeah, not players that are already.
Yeah, but if it's like you're telling me, let's sign him, and that's the nah.
Yeah,
he ain't that guy. He's definitely not that guy, pal. He's not that guy.
Mr. Banda saying Thiago is key to our season, but he is injury prone.
That's
He's
been
not
the
key.
narrative.
He's not
since
key
he
then,
got
isn't
here.
it? But he's not key then, isn't it?
I was just about
He's
to
not
say,
key
bro.
then. He's just not key then, isn't it? If he's injury prone, you can't be key to me. Imagine your key is important to get into your door, but what do you do if it broke inside the
You
door
can't
every
get
other day, bro? Like, it's not a key now, is it? It's trash. Yeah, you got to just bin it. Do you know what I mean? It's mad. It's mad. Ant Dicko, big up Ant Dicko saying, afternoon lads, embarrassing all these Trent can't defend shouts, especially England fans, bottom of the group, relegated 0 since 66. All great defending though. Yeah, it's true. The thing is though, he doesn't fit what Gareth Southgate wants to do. He just doesn't. So like we can't, like whether it's successful or not, having Trent in there doesn't mean England are going to be more successful because he's been in these games when we've been poor as well, and he's been poor in these games as well.
And Dicko, as a Liverpudlian, though, I know Liverpool fans want Trent to do well and whatnot, but one, do you even care if he goes abroad? Because one, scouts don't really like England as it is, and two, do you like care if he even plays for them? Because I'd rather just keep him back home. Like I'm not really too bothered whether he goes or not.
I think it's just from his perspective. It's one of those ones where they want him to be renowned like worldwide as this player.
Yeah, I hear that.
That does make sense. I understand. Like we've got an affinity with Trent. My problem is that for Trent to succeed, you have to cater the style and you have to gear the style towards him. Now that takes a lot of time. You can't.
So
how can a team rely on a right back? How can a team go and be like, right back, you're gonna be the difference maker on whether we win or not? In international football, there's too many people where they got Kane to be the difference maker, they've got Sterling to be the difference maker. To go and put a Trent in there, they need you to be kind of all round in the defense. That's what Gareth Southgate wants anyway. So
Jerry, so just to add to that, would you say he's more of a system player then? Because I've clocked with modern day football, a lot of players are system players. We don't have the ilk of players back in the day that are just generally good footballers that they're utility guys that a lot of men can only play in a certain system.
Yeah, but I think that's how you look at it. I mean, you look at loads of players. Like, to be fair, any player like Nat Phillips or this person or someone that's really good defensive but not good on the ball, and do you know what I mean? And they're not fast. Like, they won't work in Liverpool system, but we won't go and call them. Do you know what I mean? We won't say we want them in our team. Like, there's pure centre backs that are decent. Like Tarkowski's decent from a defensive standpoint. Tarkowski's good. Like, he's going to head the ball out. He's going to block the ball out. He makes a lot of blocks, slide tackles, all that type of stuff. But he can't play in our system because he can't play out from the back. He ain't got the pace. But we have to use that same energy with Trent in this situation, unfortunately. Is that, yeah, his attributes going forward are amazing. But if they feel that's not as important for them because they've got someone else doing that creative role from the centre, for instance, that Liverpool don't have, do you know what I mean? Then it's a problem. We've already seen when Elliott, the more creative midfielder out of the two, out of Henderson and Thing comes in, we've seen Trent's looking exposed. And if it's because he's been asked to play this system, then it is the system. We have to just accept it. So, yeah, man. Like, to be fair, guys, check out G's analysis on that because he breaks it down properly. Just literally go on Insta, go on TikTok, G keeping it G, and he breaks it down why Trent's not being picked. So it fully makes sense. Gmwk saying, I might be one of the few people that think Trent not possibly making the World Cup team being a positive. Let him stew and brew in not making the World Cup team because of his defensive.
I think he finishes it in a. I think he finishes it in another.
Yeah. But yeah, no, but maybe. But I guess it can go both ways. It can go both ways because it's happened once. If it happens again, like how many times? I mean, can you keep losing and coming back? And we've seen it with Joshua, innit? We saw the rant after the fight. Do you know what I mean? It happens once, it happens twice, it happens 3 times. You start to, do you know what I mean? The screws start to come loose. So I don't know how that affects the Trent. I just hope it doesn't, and he's able to focus because naturally, that mean like, look, he was 20 then. He's going to be 24 or 23 this season.
24.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. 24, yeah. So the next World Cup.
Did he go to the last World Cup?
No.
No, he got injured, I think. No. I'm sure he was injured.
No. That was Euros.
That was Euros. Sorry, that was Euros.
World Cup, he wasn't in the squad. think it's what I'm talking about. So look, World Cup he wasn't in the squad, right? Euros he's missed. If it doesn't go to
And
the
that was
World
off
Cup,
the back of our first Champions League final again.
Yeah.
And then World Cup, and then what? Hold on. If he doesn't go to this World Cup now, what? The first World Cup he goes to is at 28. And Romz, you're the one that told me Van Dijk is playing the way he is because he wants to go to a World Cup. And if I've seen anything on that football pitch, Trent is a player to do that. To be like, you know what? I'm not even spraying a pass anymore because I know if I'm as long as I'm fit, I'm getting in his team. If there's any sniff of him going to the World Cup, he's gonna do it.
I think people need to it's like I said, man, in the video, like people just need to Liverpool fans, you just need to chill out, man. Like Trent isn't good enough to play in England's team. Now you might laugh and say Maguire, and Luke Shaw. I'll be real with you. They play well for England though. You can't hide away from that. Like that's not a lie. That is actually factual. They play well for England. Yes, Maguire made those 2 mistakes against Germany the other night, 100%, and that is probably the worst game that he's ever played for England. I'm not a United fan, but I can even sit here and tell you, bro, he plays decent. He plays way better for England than he does for Manchester United. And in the system that they play, as Jerry just said, he's like a Tarkowski. Defensively, he's actually all right, but of course he's slow. He's not maybe as good on the ball, maybe as we would like him to be potentially. I don't really know, but the reality is for England, he's decent enough. Luke Shaw, he scored the other night. I don't see Chilwell. Like Chilwell doesn't really seem like he even really fits that system too tough. So it might actually be a Luke Shaw who plays on that side. So international football is totally different. Like they haven't got time. They don't have a season to work with these players. They've got a week. Obviously, we had the 2-week break, but more time is they've got a week and a half or a little piece there to just work with what they've got, who's available, and what team they're playing against. So you can only pick the right players for the system. Trent does not work in England's system at all in any way, shape, or form. That doesn't mean Trent is shit, though. That's not saying, Trent is dead or Trent is... It just doesn't work for England. For Liverpool, it works. So
it's true. And then you look at just to kind of summarize, you look at the best international teams that have existed. So you look at Spain, or you look at the Holland team, the Netherlands team back when they all had a system where the dominant team went and dictated how the what's it called, the team played. We're not going to go and do that because the majority of our players don't play for City. There's a couple English players that play for City and they get into the squad. You see it, right? But we can't play the way City play because majority of the English players don't play for City. But you look at Spain as an example. What is it at 60-40 Barca and Real Madrid? It's very easy to go and then copy what Barca do and adopt that into the Spain team because you've got a core of the team that do that already. So they run the things, and then the international manager just makes the tactical in-game changes to go and make a difference. You see Holland back in the day, you had Seedorf, Kluivert, all these players, even before with Cruyff. These players, their team, so Ajax, played a certain way, and the international team just adopted that style and they maintain that. You can't do that in England, unfortunately. So you need, in international tournament, you need to be somewhat solid and you need to be able to obviously go and, play a certain way that's easy to adapt, to adopt in the space of a week and then get results out of. And whether you agree with the route that, England have taken and stuff, they've been more successful than managers gone previous. Do you know what I mean? So
without Trent, England have gotten to a semi-final and a final. And a final of 2 tournaments without Trent Alexander-Arnold. So please tell me why he should be in the squad.
Uncomfortable conversations there. They don't want to have them ones.
They don't want to have those. And this is the problem, is that people need to just take off the Liverpool tinted glasses and just look at it from a player's perspective and understand that there's going to... Listen, I don't like that England team. Do you think I want to see Maguire playing for England? Forget that. I want to see Tomori. I want to see Ben White in the squad. But we're not going to see these players because they're just not, maybe they just don't fit what Southgate wants the team to do. And as much as I might grill Southgate, he's gotten to the semi-final and final of the last 2 tournaments without all of these players that everyone keeps crying out for. So guess what? Does he really need them? Probably not.
Yeah, and look, if he flops, then cool. Burn him with that stick, innit? Exactly. But that's the nature of the game, innit? That's the nature of the game. It's like a striker. If I'm through on a 1-on-1 and I've got Romz to my right, you know what I mean? And I don't square it and I shoot. If I score, no one's saying anything about me passing to Romz. But if I miss that, I'm getting drilled for squaring it. Do you get it?
You know what? Just literally, just to add on to that, the perfect example to what you just said, Jerry. it's like the stick Kane gets to this day. Remember, he should have squared it against Sterling. If he scores that, everyone shuts up because he didn't. Because he missed and Sterling was in a better position. England fans still beat him with that stick to this day.
Yeah, mad, true. Phil saying, sorry, Gmwk saying, thoughts on Evan Nix. Who's that?
No idea.
I can't lie. Big, you know what I love about 1975 Gmwk? He knows bare players and that. You've got very good IQ, but that's a player I've never even heard. That sounds like a wrestler.
Yeah.
That sounds like a wrestler.
6 foot left-footed player played for Frankfurt.
Another Suchik, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not on the Gomez train as most LFC fans are. Me too.
He's the biggest advocate, Jerry.
Join the club. Saying 6'4" left-footed player for Frankfurt, and I believe might be a free agent. I haven't heard of him. I'd have to check him out, but the profile seems good. He's left-footed and he's 6'4" at the back. If he's got pace, he's meeting.
Quick question for you both here, quickly before you head on to the next thing. Would you look at signing another left-sided centre back though to not replace, but just to rotate with Van Dijk? Because I feel like ever since we bought Van Dijk, we've just left that area, and obviously we've got Konate, we've got Matip, we've got Gomez, but none of them plays on the left side. So when they do, you do notice the difference in terms of how they play and stuff.
It was evident in that Southampton game. Remember when Van Dijk was out the back in the last season? It didn't look in sync.
Yeah, one of them's got to go then for me. One of them's got to go because where I don't know where you fit another centre back and keep.
No, of course.
I think the way it be right now, the way it's looking is Gomez will have to depart, unfortunately.
No, but it's fine. We got Sepp Van der Berg, I swear he's left-footed.
He's right-footed.
I thought he was
right-footed as well. But he was supposed to be the apparent to Van Dijk, isn't it?
Exactly.
So selling him, I don't know how
Can someone in the comments name me the last young player that Liverpool ever bought and actually banged? Like, just let me know. And if you can find out who that player is, then I'll never speak a bad word on Elliot. I don't know any people act like as if Liverpool are the kings of finding young players and turning them into bad boys. Bro, we are not good at that. We need to stop, man. Let's just be honest with each other. We don't know how to do that, bro. We don't.
What kills me as soon as I mentioned Sepp Van der Berg and Jerry said he's right. G just put his head in it.
Bro, because it was like, what?
You think about it. Where did he play for Preston last season?
Right wing back.
He's done what Gomez has been doing.
Yes.
He's gone down this.
Someone saying Coutinho. Do you know how many years ago man bought Coutinho?
Was Coutinho 20? Was Coutinho 20? If Coutinho was 20, it cancels it out.
I believe
he's not a teen, innit?
I believe he was, I slightly believe
he might have even been 21.
I think he's at 21.
I'll check in a minute.
I think he's at 21. But yeah, whilst you're checking that, let me just run through some of these ones. So, Phil Banner saying he don't want Elliot to start this game, saying my 20. Man is playing too many games. Huh?
He was 20.
He was 20. So he was. Okay.
That's not that. That's already like it's potential. Is you sign a Carvalho, for example, and he bangs, or you sign an Elliot and he bangs, or you sign someone of that kind of age, or you sign Trent. Obviously, we got him from the academy, and he turns into player that he is today. That's what you call signing potential. We need to get out of this thinking that Liverpool signed these players and do this, that, and the third. Bro, we sign players who are literally on the cusp of already being a good world-class player, like Van Dijk's, your Alissons, and these guys were already good. Van Dijk was hard when he was at Salah. He was a decent player. Alisson was good when he was at Roma. Like, it's not like he was shit. Salah was already in the flow of things. Salah had already come to the Premier League, flopped, and gone back out to do his thing. Mane was doing up nonsense at bloody South. Like, these players were already at those ages where you're like, your next step is just to go to a bigger club. That's it.
No, but we're the ones that apparently nurture and develop them and turn
we
them
ain't nurturing shit. We ain't nurturing. We ain't nurturing shit. We ain't nurturing shit.
I've missed you, you know. I've actually missed you.
But you lot got me angry again. I was all peaceful in that,
I know
like.
we speak over text and that, but in stream, looking at the reactions, it's
Bro,
nice.
I was peaceful these last 2 weeks. No Liverpool. I was happy. I was actually happy not to see the team and talk about them. Now I'm back. I'm back to just being angry about it. Oh, fucking hell, man.
Oh, man. Phil saying he don't want to see Elliot play this game. My man is playing too many games for his age. No, he's not. If he's good, he plays. Bro, when R9 was slapping, brother, at that, he wasn't playing too many games.
No, you can't. You can't compare. You can't. No, Jerry. Please, you can't compare.
Rooney was
Remember?
16.
No. They won't even allow us to compare Elliot with Jude Bellingham, so you can't even do an R9 comparison. No. That's too far now. People start getting you. They'll start asking for your number.
I respectfully disagree. I think if you're good enough, you play. If you're telling me he's not good enough, then the age thing can help him because he's still got time on his hands. But if he's good enough to start, and man is saying he's good enough to me, like you better be playing, bro. You better be playing. Do you know what I mean? FC Aaron saying, I think the talk about Elliot being good this season is inaccurate. He's been okay. Yeah, I think he's been our best midfielder. So I think all the levels have dropped. So anyone just surpassing those levels is being heralded because at the moment, within our proper players, he probably has been one of the better players. So, Gmwk saying, thoughts on Kepram Thuram? He's a beast. He's a big guy.
Who does he play for?
Who does he play for?
Nice.
Okay.
Thuram's son, isn't it?
Oh, I thought he had the other one that plays for
Gladbach, innit?
Yeah, that's the striker.
Another one.
I think it's his younger
He's
brother.
got two.
Oh, he's got two. Okay, I didn't know.
I think it's his younger brother. If I recall correctly, maybe I'm wrong, but baller, like big guy. He's 21. He's made like what 80 appearances for Nice.
What position?
2019. DM.
Okay.
DM. So
check him out.
Yeah, man. Gmwk then saying, "Oh, where the hell does Jerry live to drive 500 miles to Liverpool?" He's saying you'd be in Scotland if you're traveling 500 miles. But guess what, guys? My route to get to the game, because all the trains are cancelled, all the coaches are booked, and cancel some of them as well because of the whole traffic madness. My route was to fly to Dublin.
Serious?
Stop over at Dublin, and then from Dublin fly to Liverpool, and then do the same thing going back.
Serious?
Get to John Lennon Airport fly to
You'll see
Dublin.
Liverpool versus Brighton.
That's what I said. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. What for us to lose?
Not even that. This ain't like we're watching Champions League final or something.
With that game, no, come on.
Lose.
Could never happen, man. It's like they're saying it's worth the trek still.
It's not worth the trek.
It's not worth the trek. It's not worth the trek. Trust me. Darwin is saying Romz Arthur has lost £7 since he started training, but Klopp needs to train him how to run.
I've lost £7 since Arthur started training. How about that? Maybe I should play in the Liverpool team. How about
big up 1975 Gmwk, but I don't know what that's supposed to mean. It might mean he's been getting fitter, but is Klopp gonna play him, bro? I feel sorry for him. We get to see, but let's just see if Klopp gives not even just plays him, just to give him an adequate amount of time on the pitch.
Yeah, big up.
You can lose that just by starving yourself, bro.
Big up, Angel 1960.
It's facts though. If you go 2 days without eating, you'll probably drop more than that.
It's true. Do a couple runs in it just to lose that water weight, and you're done, innit?
Yeah, literally, it's the water weight, bro.
Yeah. Angel 1968 saying Ross Barkley's playing for Nice now. Yeah, apparently they're calling him a godsend as well. Last time I checked, he's been balling out.
He's never been a bad player, do you know what I mean? But
he's been technical.
I remember when we were linked to him.
I remember. Hold on, was he not 19 and 20 when he was playing every game for Everton? Hold on. Whoa.
That's how we got his move to Chelsea, remember? After
we were linked with him, Jerry. We were linked.
I know, but hold on. Is Ross Barkley, it's actually a question, yeah? For everyone in the chat as well, let me know. Is Ross Barkley better than Elliot was at their respective ages?
For me, that's not even a question.
Yeah. 100%.
Scoring 30-yard screamers against City? Can you see Elliot doing?
Remember the stepovers? The stepovers he had on lock. Hey.
You know what it was? He just had something to at least offer the team that he was in. Whereas I don't feel Elliot offers us anything in this team. Not because of him, just because of the position that Klopp's playing him in. No, I don't think if Elliot maybe was playing on the right
Let
wing,
me
like
tell you the biggest compliment to Barkley at the time. Apparently, I think this would have been the time of. But this was early Klopp days, back end of Rodgers' early Klopp days, isn't it? That he broke on the scene. No, yeah, it was still Rodgers' days. Because I remember, I know you two are the same. He got me gas. Remember, we needed Everton to beat them in a title run, and he got the opening goal. I was like, Everton, please. But a lot of their fans were saying we want to lose this game because we don't want City winning. We don't want Liverpool winning the title. But
that
I
tells you
remember back
everything.
then, after that season, we were even linked with him. And apparently, like, you know how it goes in Liverpool. Some of his families, Liverpool, some of his families, Everton. And he apparently didn't mind the move, but Everton priced us out. They slapped, I think, 120 million on him straight. And back then, it was mad. I think the world record fee would have, not even Bale had left by, actually, yeah. No, he had left. Bale was, I think, 80 or 85 million. So we were never paying that for him. But that's the biggest compliment. We apparently were actually serious about him. I just think to whoever mentioned Barkley, was it you, Jerry, or someone in the comments?
Well, what about what Barkley?
Yeah, was it you that mentioned it?
No, Angel.
Big up whoever. Yeah, big up Angel because it's what I mean. We, not us, but our fans wax too much lyrical about Elliot, man. But there's man his age that are doing what.
By the way, people, we're not saying that Elliot can't potentially turn out to be a good player. Well, I'll speak for myself. I'm not saying that.
No.
I'm saying that.
I give the trust. I give you the trust.
We're not saying that Elliot's not. He could. Like, no, we don't know. Obviously, he's still young. But you can only judge a player right now. I see someone's comment there talking about Gerrard. He wasn't that great when he came in and blah blah blah. You need to understand, one, Gerrard did not bang every single season. There were some seasons that Gerrard was very meaty at best in some of the seasons that he was there. And again, context and relative to the teams that he was in. Gerrard was probably what Elliot is right now in terms of he's just the best player right at this current moment in time in terms of our midfield, if we're talking about the midfield. At that time, Gerrard was the best player that we had, bro. Like, who else was we had such a shit teams in those days.
It's like Anthony Gordon at Everton. You see how they're raving about Anthony Gordon at Everton? Yeah. They're like, raw, this brother's just he's crazy. It's because your team's trash, Everton. Your team is shit. So when he's playing there, he's the only thing you've got. You're giving him number 10 and you're like, yeah, raving about him. And I think, obviously...
And the managers gave him trust after a while. Like,
is it torrential rain outside for you?
Bro, it is pissing down, you know. It is pissing.
Oh, there's hailstones at the moment.
It looks dark. It looks like it's about to.
It's going to come from southwest to southeast, bro. It's coming to you now.
Yeah. It's coming. It's gone.
Hey, Southside going to get it real quick, bro.
Yeah, man. Crazy.
Let's calm down now, but that was mad. You know, like I'm trying to listen to you, and I'm just hearing like stone throws and that.
Bro, it was pissing when I was coming back. It was starting, and then as I got in, it was just proper, like chucking it down.
Yeah. Shawnee's saying, we need you three to do a watch along together. It would be mad entertaining.
Nah, you don't want to see how mad I get during
games. I'm gonna be honest, Shawnee. Yeah, I don't like watching along. I don't. If you know me, it's a well-known thing. I don't like watch because I like to watch a game and actually concentrate on it. But watch along with Jerry and G, I think it'll be elite. I'm willing to us to do it.
We should maybe look. Put it this way: if I get if by tomorrow morning we get 100, to be fair, the game's not live, so we can't do that one. But
yeah, it's gotta be.
If this video by the end of the day tomorrow gets 100 likes,
it will be perfect. Think of the game that will be perfect. You can even get your brethren in for it, G. Just think of the game that will be perfect. The chat will probably love this.
We love. Listen, if we get 100 likes,
Sunday.
When have we got Arsenal?
Next Sunday afternoon will be perfect, bro.
Oh, is it that close? Are we at home or away?
Away.
No, I'm trying to get tickets. I thought that was later on in the month. I didn't know it was so close.
It's a nightmare, bro.
It's impossible. Okay. Robbie's holding all of them, innit?
Hey, Robbie, man, start freeing up the tingery, boy. Pause. Freeing up, man.
Shout out, Robbie.
You know what? If it's on a Sunday, yeah, we'll try to do a watch along very soon. If it's not Arsenal, I want us to do a watch along versus Arsenal or City or Tottenham, like those kind of games. Then we can really start dissecting these games, like.
Raw, so it's everywhere. Man said in Liverpool as well.
Yeah, it's Liverpool.
Oh, no. But listen, it needs to stop in Liverpool because if we draw or lose, Klopp will then say,
Oh,
rain,
No. The pitch is going to be slick. When it's raining like that, the passing should be slick. Listen, the surface at Anfield, I don't want to hear him say anything.
No, Klopp might say it was a bit too heavy, though. Maybe it was a bit too much rain.
Romz, have we got City this month?
Bro, we got them after Arsenal. That's what I was trying to tell you.
Serious? We got them after Arsenal.
I was trying to tell you. Our next two Premier League games after this are Arsenal and City back to back, and squeeze in Rangers as well.
And people are trying to say we're going to have a good month. Yeah, right.
Jerry, when did you think it was? End of the month.
I didn't even think we had City this month. I can't lie.
I thought it was Arsenal, Rangers, and then we had like West Ham and Nottingham Forest, and then it was City.
They're after City.
And City's away or at home, or someone said
it doesn't matter, bro.
Yeah, I know. I don't even know why I asked. I don't know why. I don't know.
Milner right back. That's what we're gonna see.
Yeah, well, this is right. This is it.
Jesus. You know, yeah. So guys, if we get 100 likes on the video, we'll do a watch along for the Arsenal game. How about that? And we'll do a watch along. We'll do a watch along for the game. So yeah, cool. Let's run through some comments again. Sui Jr. saying, how did he miss out on Amadou Onana from Everton? Decent squad player there. Good baller.
He looks alright still.
It's come to the point I'm desensitized when I don't even ask how did we miss out on players now. I just expect it. It's just nice to link our name to the player. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not expecting them to come, man.
Big up Pablo in the building. Pablo saying, I've been saying we need a VVD backup and a Thiago backup. Facts.
We definitely need a Thiago backup.
Jamrock saying,
I've heard of Indika.
Indika.
Yeah, he's a baller still.
Yeah, he's good. He's from Nice as well, if I believe correct.
Yeah.
Nice player.
Nice seems to produce a lot of players. Like.
In fact, didn't he come through at West Ham? Or is that a different one?
I don't even know.
He was at Watford and West Ham in Dicky. Let me know if this is the same one. 1975 Jamrock, because he's young. I think he come through Watford's academy.
Maybe. Zabiri, big up Zabiri saying Naby and Curtis need a time machine to go back and play for a different team.
Facts, boy. Especially Curtis, boy. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, man! You guys.
I didn't even know his injury. I'm just saying he's out for long.
Bro, does it even matter? At this point, I don't even care. Just go do what you're doing, bro. Get better.
Exactly, get better. All right, guys. Before we head out, let's go to teams. Let's start with Romz. Romz, give me your team, man.
Cool.
This is your ideal team, and then tell me what Klopp's.
Robbo's injured, isn't it?
Yeah, I assume so.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know. I don't know. I actually don't know.
From now on, let's not even, unless it's a cup game and Kelly is fit, I'm not even mentioning Alisson's name. Like, his first name, innit? I'm not even going to start saying his name. But Trent, unfortunately, man, and that's with a heavy heart. But Trent, Matip, Dijk, Tsimikas, Fabinho, Thiago, Hendo, Salah, Nunez, Jota.
And what do you think Klopp's going to go with?
The same team, but he'll take out Hendo and put Elliott in. I don't think Nunez will start tomorrow.
Cool. G?
I'll go 3 at the back: Van Dijk, Matip, Gomez. Right side, Trent. Middle, Fabinho, Thiago. Left, Tsimikas. Up front, I'll go Diaz, Jota, Salah. Yeah, that's what I would go with.
As you said Salah, you're thinking.
Yeah, I was like, I don't even.
Yeah.
Like,
who else can we actually play on that? Right?
Exactly.
I heard it in the pause. I clocked it in the pause.
The team that I think Klopp would play. I think the team that Romz said actually, but for some reason I don't feel like Nunez would start. I feel like he'd probably play Jota up top, but I feel like Nunez doesn't really deserve to start. So I feel like he's just got to keep biding his time. Like, his time will come. Let's not be stupid. If we paid that much money, his time will come. But I don't feel like he deserves it at the moment. And I think he needs to earn that place. Like, yeah, he just needs to earn his place. So yeah, that's what I'll go with. Cool. What about you? What are you going with? What's your ideal team?
My ideal team.
Mm.
My ideal team is a 3 at the back.
Mm.
But so my ideal team is what I'd go. What Ali? I'd want to short. I'd obviously I'd reinvent, isn't it? So I'd go Gomez, Matip, Van Dijk in the middle, and Gomez on the left. Or Gomez on just something like that, or Matip in the middle. But I think Matip prefers to be out wide. So I put Gomez on the left. Just get him next to, comfy next to whether it's Robbo or Tsimikas and Van Dijk. And then I'd go Tsimikas on the left, Trent on the right. In the 2 midfield, I'd go Thiago and Hendo. I'd go Thiago and Hendo. And then 3-4-3 in it. So, and then the 3 up top, obviously this Jota, Salah, and Diaz. But I think he's gonna go. Obviously Ali in goal, same backline as you guys with Matip in there. Fabinho, Thiago. I actually think Henderson starts.
Fair.
I don't necessarily want to see him start. I think it's a bit savage, isn't it? Like if this player's good enough and he's been our best midfielder this season, I think you've got to play him, innit?
Wait, so you would rather Elliot start over Henderson?
Yeah, because it's like for me, it's if he's been our best midfielder and you're trying to move in this direction, you're giving this player time. What's the point of playing him all these games? Then you should have just rode out with Henderson and just said, "Yeah, we're going to ride out until."
I hear that, but you see, I don't even want to use a certain terminology. But you saw Onana and just again Iwobi did, and Wethian, I'm not trying to say the stereotypical name, but I know you two know I'm heading, but a Wethian guy saying it, and you know what, they're big and pace power, like they're big. Are you sure
I'm even going to put you on blast. Are you
sure Elliot's going to be able to deal with that?
Probably not, to be honest with you. Probably
That's
not.
what I'm saying. I think
Probably
if you have to pick a man that can accommodate them do better, it will be Hector over Elliot. Because when we come up against, I don't want to start saying names, when we come up against big
guys, big guys. The Yaya Toures of this world. Like.
Yeah. Oh, I'm dead. But I'm... Because you know they ban that from like media outlets. You can't say pace and power like that. It's dangerous.
You can't.
Yeah, they banned it like on media and stuff like that.
Media, you can't say pace and power for a black player, bro. Like you can't. Deeming it as
it's almost like if you say it, you're being stereotypical and stuff like that. And blah 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 blah.
But how about if he is powerful though?
That's
bro,
what I'm
you
saying.
better find a new word.
And what's Antonio? What am I going to call Antonio? What do we call Antonio?
He's got a relative amount of pace. He's fairly strong.
Yeah, that's how they have to say it, G.
But you just got to add a few words in that, like.
Bro, I've heard Joe Cole stuttering, like, he's a lightning quick lad. He's very strong on the ball, but really they just want to say
he's big. He's really you want to say he's
big and black and
powerful. Yeah, like that's what you really want to say. It's fine, guys. Don't worry, man. Most players are like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I just can see Elliot just getting crunched, bro. I think Henderson's more accommodated to that.
Cool. Let's just see some big up all of you guys. There's been about 40 people in the chat watching, so big up. It's been the return of the Jerry James show, so I appreciate all you guys tuning in. And Dicko, his team, he's going Ali, Trent, Verge, Konate. All right.
Straight back in.
All right. Fab, Thiago, Elliot, Diaz, Salah, Nunez. Okay, fairs. Pablo saying Ali, Trent, Matip, VVD, Simi, Fab, Thiago. I don't know third mid.
I said I don't
know.
The fact you said I don't know, that's mad.
You know what? I'd be happy if Klopp chucks in a Melo. It might make me excited.
I wouldn't mind.
Allison, VVD, Matip, Simi class, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Okay.
Peak.
Oh yeah, it's peak.
Has it hit you though?
No, not really.
It will come. Because
maybe because I'm high up on the balcony, I can't really see it like that. Like it's not hitting the window, innit? But Allison, VVD, similar class. Fabinho, Thiago, Carvalho, Diaz, Nunez, cool. Pablo with Naby and Curtis had a phone call with Coutinho how to fake injuries.
Right.
I actually forget Naby plays for us sometimes. I'm being dead honest.
Yeah,
The only way I'm
real talk.
reminded is if I go on the TL, but
Yeah.
I actually forget about him.
I've completely forgotten, man. Cracked Leb, big up Cracked Leb, saying might sound crazy, but I would sell Nunez for a better striker in January. He's so bad on the ball, which is what our players should be good at.
Depends on who that better striker is.
Yeah.
If you can find me one, I'll say 100%, bro.
Listen, you lot, Vlahovic at Juve ain't happy. Allegri's pissing him off. I've been watching him closely. I'll be real. You know when he had hype from January, I kind of jumped on the bandwagon, but I hadn't really watched him. I was like, you know what? From what I've seen, he's good. But I've watched 2 Juve 90 minutes, and him himself. You know them ones, Jay, and G as well. When you're kicking ball, you're not actually bad, but the players around you are bad, so it's making you look bad.
Yeah.
Vlahovic is a balling. You know, if they said we could swap Vlahovic for Nunez in the January, bro, I'll drive Nunez to the air.
Oh yeah, something like that. Then I would do.
But I'm hearing he wants out and he wants a Prem move. Anyhow, he goes. I'm never not even say it before they start saying. You know what I mean? But he's linked to back with
your team. You mean if he goes up to North London?
Yeah, man. He's linked back to the club there in North London.
Yeah, you seem excited about that proposition, Romz.
Yeah, big up Pablo as well. He's set pieces, guys. Something we don't even deep it. We don't have a man that can score free kicks. And don't any one of you in the comments dare say Trent. One free kick against West Ham that should have been saved. That was down the middle. It doesn't count as a set piece.
You know what? Forget a striker. How about we just sign someone who could replace Salah? Like, you know what? I'll be happy if we can just even do that. Like, we have no right wingers in this squad at all, bro. Like, it's actually frightening.
Yeah, it's true.
Anyway, see Assad in his comments.
Yeah, Assad saying, call me crazy, but I think you'll get 4 points against both Arsenal and City. You always smack up Arsenal and you always turn up for City at home. City lose their arses when they come to Anfield. Not as of recent. Not as of recent, but...
And if you know what?
Man.
We haven't beat City at home for time. I swear.
Do you know the problem with our fan base here? They don't understand all good things come to an end. And I don't care if you call me Romz just because you're an Arsenal fan and that. But, bro, the way our fans are disrespecting them and that, moving like they're not playing well, there might be a rude awakening next Sunday, you know.
That's something that Klopp would do, though.
Klopp will do this like this. Hold on. I had to get the hat out.
He's German as well, isn't it? I swear he's German.
Huh?
I swear he's German.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, Pascal Gross.
Okay.
Yeah. He'll do this. He'll be like this. Yeah. He'll be like this. He'll be like this. Yeah. He was going go.
Yeah, it's that stupid smile.
He'll be like.
Yeah, he always does that. Have you realized the players that Klopp...
He'll turn around to the official and go, rah, and just go mad.
Have you realized the players that Klopp does that play when Klopp like really wants a player and we sign them, they're bare meaty, like, and some of them are even deadly shit. Like, maybe not Minamino's not shit, but you got Minamino, Nunez.
But maybe he wants them. Maybe he wants them because, like what we said on This Is Football's This Is Football channel, where he just listens to the story, and their story's so great about how they had no food and that he just goes, yeah, we're just gonna have to buy him that.
Yeah, bro, it's true. It's true. It's weird, but when our scouting department seems to want to sign some of these players, they turn out to be pretty decent players. Like, so maybe Klopp just needs to sit down and do his job and just be a manager. Just manage the players who come here, my guy. Don't need you out here picking players and that.
Zaburi saying we need to get behind our Honda Civic and stop looking at them with BMWs and Mercedes.
It's true.
Oh, apparently, in regards to your right winger, we're linked with this Modric guy.
But is he right winger or left winger though?
He's a baller though. He looks good.
Yeah.
He looks good.
Yeah, no, he is. But he is. But I just feel like he's a left winger.
You know what Klopp's gonna do? Mm-hmm. Out to in. You're gonna change your position. He done it with Mane. He done it with Salah. Do you know what I mean?
True.
So, the Assad saying Jerry is so passive aggressive towards Klopp. Do you like him or not?
Do you like him or not, Jerry? Answer the question, bro.
If I asked you, do you like your boss? Would you say yes or no?
Jerry always does this. He answers a question with a question.
Answer the question, rude boy. You know
what? Do you know what it is? For me, it's one of those ones where he's lied to me so much now. I respect him. I don't know if I like him. It doesn't mean I want him out though. But I don't think I'd be brethren.
I hear that. I think
I don't
that's
think
what
I'd be
I'm at.
brethren with him. I don't like. It's not one of them ones like I wouldn't necessarily want a hug from him all the time. Do you get it? I'm not at that level's gone for me now. I don't want any hugs from you. Like, don't touch me, big man. But you're calm as a boss. Do you get it?
I'm there as well. Like, I respect him a lot, but right now, do I like him? Do I think he's done us any good service since the transfer window opened and whatnot? No. You actually hit the nail on the head, Jerry. But respect him, of course. Brought it back after 30 years. We can't criticize him anymore. You know what I mean? Like he holy grail. Like he brought us to the promised land. Now we should just rest on our morals and not want more for our club. You know what I mean? But yeah.
This is how we start. You know, we've probably been calm on Twitter. We've had no kind of. And now all this just brewing. We're the ones that are going to get grilled now. Jesus. Cracked. I'll be saying big up to the three of you guys. I'm new here and already love this channel. You might know me from Insta. I don't have the same name. Hit the likes. Big up, Cracked.
Big up yourself,
yeah, make yourself known to G as well. Make yourself known.
Shout me. Anyone wants to ever argue on Instagram or Twitter, please, I'm always available. So just
another thing as well, if any of you are on TikTok often, keeping it G, man. You got content every day, pretty much.
Listen, you're talking. Listen, I don't think you guys understand. Like, you're talking about a guy that's like in the UK. I think he's like top 20 most influential people on TikTok. Like, you got like shouting. You got to shout. Like, he's in Heady One's video, bro. He's in the Stormzy video, bro. Check the brother with the hat. Check the brother with the hat and the round thing with the umbrella. That's G.
You got dumb. Hey, big up Stormzy for that video, though. That was the video. Oh, I know who Cracked is now. I know who Cracked is. Yes, I know. Yes. Big up yourself. Big up
Cracked. Zabri said, I respect that, Jerry. I wanted that hug earlier on, but now I'm good. We are ahead level at social distance. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, literally.
It's one of them ones.
You're right, yeah. You know, he's coming to you like, yeah, you're right. Do you need any help? It's like, get off of me, brother, bro. Like, leave me alone. But we're calm.
It's one of them ones. Let's say you see somebody you know, but you're both at different ends of the street. So that you're right.
I was thinking the same thing. You know, you just the nod and you just carry on walking. I don't want to get in conversation with you.
We don't have to speak.
Yeah, don't take my number.
I'm talking to Linda's and Kravitz, and Klopp comes and I'm like, hey, you man, I'll in a bit, innit? I've got some errands to run, you know. I got a bounce still. And then when the brother comes, I'm like, oh yeah, what's going on? What's going on? You good? Say.
He kills me.
That's actually true though. Nod level.
I said head nod, you know, bro. Even that in itself, head nod's disrespectful. Head nod doesn't have to be a big acknowledgement. It's just literally nod and then go about your business.
It's not even that.
And I'm only nodding because I don't want anyone to say I'm being rude. Like.
Well on, you good?
Yeah. Bro, the head nod can mean something you don't like, but you just have a bit of respect.
Yeah. It's just like, you know, like he's gonna bore me up if it's a beef. And likewise, you both know it's a beef. So it's like, all right, cool. Like, do you know what I mean? We're calm, man. We're calm.
Don't want to start no trouble.
You know what? Before we head out, we're gonna answer this one last question.
Hold on, before we even do that, what's your score prediction?
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Score prediction. I was gonna do it, but yeah, might as well do it now.
Oh, sorry.
No, but no. To be fair, it makes sense to do it now. You're right.
I'm going 1-0.
2-1.
2-1.
I'm gonna go. What type of wait? We've not said who you guys that Brighton, Liverpool.
You just don't know.
It could go either way. I'm going 1-0 Liverpool, man. But I think we score late. That game's going to be an attractive game, but in terms of scoreline, it's not going to be a goal fest for me. But I think we'll get the 3 points.
If it carries on raining like this, then I'm saying 2-2 because I know there's going to be an excuse running. But if the pitch is okay, then yeah, 2-1 Liverpool. Brighton are good, man. We can't even sleep on them, bro.
Facts.
Yeah, they are, man. Big guys, listen, big up to you guys. We've got 40 likes. I said about 30. We've got 40, and it's a good start. So big up every single one of you guys. Romz, what did you say?
What score prediction? 1-0 Liverpool.
1-0. So mine's 1. Yours is 1-0. Mine's 2-1, and G's is 2-1. And I guess it's all Liverpool, right? Yeah.
You know,
Darwin, 2-1.
savor this because it's rare we all predict a Liverpool win. So listen, savor this stream.
Zabiri's filling in for either myself or G, saying 2-1 loss and blaming the pitch.
No, I said if it carries on raining, then yeah, I'll go Zabiri.
That's what I was saying earlier because Jerry was saying no, but Romz that if it rains, the slit will be pitched. Man said the slit will be pitched. The pitch will be slit. But then Klopp will say no, but it rained too much and it was too slick. Like there's always something with him.
These times it's your ground and you can manipulate as to how the ground is, but you're gonna tell everybody, nah, man, you know.
Yeah. And you know what's so mad? You know that Fulham when he cost Fulham's pitch? Do you know how crisp it was? Do you actually know how crisp it was? First day of the season, it would never be sticky. That
yeah, it's true.
Winds me up
look,
sometimes.
we got the last question. I haven't seen this guy in the chat before, but so big up to yourself. But we got Hamady in the chat. Saying, what is your opinion on FSG if Jude didn't come to Liverpool?
Mine doesn't change. Mine's more on Klopp. Not really.
I was gonna say, yeah, I don't really look at FSG like that. If we don't get Jude, I don't feel like it will be them. I feel like
onto FSG, like, and I know Zabiri's coming a couple times and giving his saying it. They're very good businessmen, but do they bother you? They don't even bother me. Like I don't really think. When I think about Liverpool and I get annoyed, I think more of Klopp and Pep. I don't think FSG because I honestly believe if Klopp pressures them enough, I do feel they will free up funds. I genuinely believe that.
Yeah, that's what it is. Even with myself, I'm just chilling there, and it's like don't really care. I don't think we're going to get the brother. We don't get players that are ilk, unfortunately. Like that hype, we never do. We never have. So it's one of those ones where.
But cool. No, top Reds will tell you, Jerry, there's a first time for everything. We're miraculously going to...
Romz.
There is.
First time for everything, and then you end up like this in the summer when instead we get James Ward-Prowse.
I've got nothing left. I've got nothing left.
It's the end bit, like that's
the last bit of like top red juice that gets squeezed out. You know, like when
I said this today, we're gonna end up with JWP, but the top reds will say he's a good set piece player, he's English, he works.
No, I don't mind him. I don't mind him anymore. I actually just don't mind him. We're not gonna.
You know what? I was about to get onto you, but I get it because we have no real quality in that area anyway. He actually will improve us, even if it's a bit.
Yeah, I get it. He'll improve us. He's a leader. On top of that, it's like we're not going for these other players until I see it. We're not going to get it.
Would you still have Harry Winks?
100%. That's Sampdoria. You seen what he's been doing?
Apparently, he's been balling out.
He's been balling out. This is my point. He's been balling out. Jesus, man. You know what? I need to get my Liverpool top with Harry Winks. Guys, let me know which one, the red one or the away kit. Which top should I get?
Jerry,
Harry
let them know. This ain't even getting. It's up to you if you want to let them know. Let them know another player you said you're going to get on the back. I wanted to buy the green one with the Bruyne on the back.
Yo, you'll get a couple man angry with shit like that.
You said that. Gary, I don't think I was there. I was on the train. I was crying. Like tears actually coming out. Someone asked me on the train, "Are you okay?" I was like, no, "Bro, what do you do? It look like I'm upset. I'm crying tears of laughter, bro." I was dead. It's the way he said it.
Sorry.
I saw this. That's why. Why do you think on Twitter I've just been
surely you're joking right now?
No. He said, "Yeah, we've been saving for where Liverpool are." Because a lot of every club in the world knows that Liverpool are obviously looking for a midfielder. One, we're going to be linked with about 20 to 30 is what he said. And we have been saving up for a midfielder. Don't ask me what we've been doing for the last 2 years, but clearly we're saving for this one. So I don't know. Listen, look, guys, let's not be fooled. We're going to be linked with everyone under the sun. So I take all of these reports with a pinch of salt.
Hear this, G. You know what makes it worse? When clubs know your situation, they're pricks. They're not going to be nice about it. Let's take 20 million off. They're going to be like, let's slap another 40 million. We don't even feel the player's worth this.
And remember, how do Liverpool do business?
United have to deal with that all the time because clubs know their desperation. They'll slap more money.
But look, how do Liverpool do business? What is our mantra for signing players, especially signing players for hefty amounts? We've got to sell players. Please tell me who you're selling to get Jude
We're
Bellingham.
losing man on a free. We're not even receiving funds.
We're losing man on a free, bro. So when people talk about this Jude Bellingham thing, and look, he's a good player. He's a very, very good player. But I'm not like that fussed. I don't care if we get him or don't get him. Like, we just need to get players in. Like, this should have been sorted out. We should be in a situation where we're not even looking at Jude like, yo, Jude should be coming into this team as a complement to the players that we already signed. This is not Messi. This ain't Ronaldo. So we need to get off his ass and start understanding that he's just not that type of guy. Remember, he's been playing in the Bundesliga. We saw what Jadon Sancho has been about when he come to England. There's no guarantees that Jude comes in and bags it anyway. So let's wait and see.
Hold on, just the last two comments before we head out, man. Gmwk saying, how does Fabrizio know that that dude don't know shit apart from what agents and other people outside of FC know? I know Gmwk hates Fabrizio.
No, I give Fabrizio
As a breer with the last comment saying, I'm in training to be in the 30 linked to NFC as a boss.
Bro, real talk. Real talk, bro. Real talk. You might as well be. All three of us here might as well start getting back into kicking ball and whatever, like, because we could be in that list very soon, bro.
We'll be linked like Ben Davies, innit? Be linked.
Yeah, bro.
That's
Big man.
That's what I'm saying, man. But guys, we appreciate everyone that's jumped on the show. We've had consistently about 40 people in the chat. And to come back to those numbers again, it's good to be back. It's good to be back, man. We're going to do a tactics board. I'm thinking Saturday or Sunday, guys.
If it's Sunday, got to be evening times.
Yeah, evening Sunday. Evening Sunday.
Sunday evenings come.
You know, I'm going to do Sunday evening.
Yeah.
Let it marinate, and Sunday evening, we're going to do a tactics board.
Yeah.
So please stay tuned to that. Please make sure to subscribe, press the notification bell, all those things. You know where to find the guys already. Romz, G. As I said, guys, 45 likes at the moment. If we get to 100 likes by tomorrow night, the watch along's coming, guys. The watch along you guys have been wanting. If you want it.
And you know what makes it even better? Like, I'll host it. Like, obviously, I don't know who I'm going to be.
Yeah, that's great. You can be the host. I need to see you in the office. I need to see you in the colours. Do you know what I mean? When it means something. I need to, every time Liverpool score, I'm just going to do this. I want to make sure we see his reaction. Guys, any eyebrow movement, any raise of the lip, do you know what I mean? When he goes and sees Martinelli have a good shot, do you know what I mean?
Then you know.
You're gonna kill me, bro. Whenever I see Arsenal that just about nearly scored, they've just missed. I'm like, oh no,
just tension.
I love it, bro. A couple man actually DM me. They're like, no, for real, are you? But no, man, I love it. But no, man, you've got hit that 100 so you can get that watch along running. Hopefully, we'll have a few more man in here as well.
Yeah. There we go, man. But big up everyone that's been tuning in again. Please subscribe. Make sure to like the show, like the channel. Please share it as well. It's been myself, JJ, Romz, and G, and we're out, people. Boom.